Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me. And I can't choose.
Whoa!
Giggity, 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 giggity.
Goo.
Goo.
Yeah, goo.
all right,
Goo's
I like
fun.
goo,
What, you get a haircut?
I did.
Yeah, you look well coiffed
Oh,
today.
thank you,
Yeah,
thank
you're looking
you.
nice. You're looking sharp.
They always try to put the product in. I hate product.
Oh, I love product.
I don't know. With curls, it's no good. No
Curls,
bueno.
curls for girls.
Yes.
No product at all.
I don't like it. It's gooey, it's wacky, and I like a natural floof.
Well, don't get a goo. Goo is old. The goo's from the 90s. There's no goo anymore.
That guy goes,
No, that should be paste. You gotta get a
paste.
paste. Yeah, paste is good. I'm all paste. I'm matted paste.
copy and paste. All right.
Yeah, the goo that's from the 90s.
Oh.
We went mousse. There was mousse,
There was Brill cream.
hairspray, and then Brill cream. What are you from the 40s?
Yeah, that was 40s. That was like Mad Men. That's why their hair's wet.
I'm talking in our life.
Okay.
But
But the hair's
Brill-
looking good today.
Thank you
It's
very much.
Straight back like you're in a wind tunnel.
Well, this is a matted touch. This is like turtle wax or some
I
shit.
see,
It's
I
surf
see.
wax. Surf wax America.
Mad at Syracuse.
You take your car to work. He's mad at me. Now, why do you
about
come
you.
off with this? Syracuse.
Mad
This is
about you.
shit, boo. Great program.
Tell me why. I love you like I do.
Tell me who. I
Is
don't
using
know.
all that goo.
I can't find it.
Well, you got the wax on you.
Whatever. I thought I had some wax on me.
All
The
right.
hots on the wax on wax.
Wax poetic.
But what was I gonna say? The wax, the muffins,
The product.
turtle wax.
Yeah, the goo, the cream, the mousse.
Yes. Well, there was something else I was gonna move on to. Syracuse is upset with me.
Oh.
Now, where do you come down on this?
Salamousse.
Because he writes, you haven't responded to me since December, which, by the way, it's at the time of recording this, you have to bleep this because they get mad when we pre-record, but it's January 8th.
Yes,
December was 8 days ago. That's not crazy.
that's true.
But so I feel bad. He writes, you haven't responded to me since December. What gives? And I look back, and it's literally a GIF of Gary Busey saying, Utah, get me two.
What is that in context to?
Just random,
Oh.
fun. It's a line I love. I say
Oh,
on the
okay.
show. So
Okay,
he sends a look. He
okay.
thought of me. He wrote a thing. Now, keep in mind, I got a 10-week-old baby over here. My hair's
Sure.
on fire. My life's upside down. I've slept 80 minutes.
Well, it's all that goo.
He didn't
flammable.
say, and poo,
Aha.
Winnie, he didn't say, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, with an H.
Ah,
H goes a long way. Heroin.
helicopter.
Kobe.
That one didn't go a long way. That one went straight down, but didn't go as far as it was supposed to. But I can see if he wrote, hey, I got a project, I got a script, I got
Yes.
my father's gay, I would have
Chopper,
written
baby.
back, mine too, who's he dating? But sometimes you got to give a little slack to a guy with a newborn baby and you're just
Yes.
sending an animated GIF.
Yes, yes. And sometimes you're busy, so you give you put that thumbs up piece of shit on there, that stamp.
Yeah, the
To me,
stamp.
that is almost worse because you go, yeah, I saw it, move on, blow
Double
me.
tap.
I got no time for you.
Well, it's the thing where
backup.
and this is often I go, oh, Syracuse. But the baby's crying or screaming, or I'm on an airplane, or my sister's asshole is in my mouth, whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I get it. I'm a sensitive Nazi as well. To me, it's all about response. If I get no response on a joke or a sentence or a question or a text, I'm like, ugh. So I get it, but it's a little much. I mean, the guy is a 71-year-old man.
well, I think he's just trying to get the dialogue
He
going. And I
is.
feel bad because I love Syracuse. And I was thinking about Syracuse just yesterday. I should have texted him because I was thinking about him. I was watching some stuff he filmed and thinking, boy, I got to yell at this man.
Gay porn.
No, I'm kidding. I was thinking about him about some other projects. So, but anyways, he's upset. But yes, we went from mousse to hairspray to
Yeah.
gel.
Yes.
Or vice versa, somewhere in those, because the mousse was white.
Yeah, it was like it was almost like Cheese Whiz can.
Exactly. Daryl Johnson, another white mousse.
Oh,
Football player.
Hey, nice.
But there was like the exactly like the Cheese Whiz.
Yes. And then there's chocolate mousse.
Oh, that's a dessert.
Yeah, but it's similar in that swirly dog poo fashion. Let me just say this, though, about the texting and all that, because I had a night off the other day.
Sure.
And, that's rare for me. But I'll tell you, when you take stand-up out of my life, I am sad, bored, and gay.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of time. So Syracuse has no act. He's got no stand-up.
Right.
So I'm sitting at home at 8:30, and I'm like, who can I text? And I think that's what he's doing, and he's waiting for a response. But when I have shows, I'm like, why do these people text me? I'm running around, I'm flying, I'm performing, I'm writing, I'm shaking hands and babies.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because when you I sound like Cosby.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of times I think people, because I see ads in the subway and stuff that says like philosophy course, 10-week program.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's always like 7:30 p.m.
Sure.
Wednesday, Friday. I'm like 7:30 p.m.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, most people are working from 7 till 5.
That's their magic time right there, is that late night.
So yeah, they go play volleyball at 8 p.m. or they go whatever.
You see those cum guzzlers playing kickball, and then they go drink at the bar with their dumb uniforms on.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good life. I'm thinking about giving it all up in Washington.
Yeah, doesn't feel right. Doesn't sit well.
Yeah, nobody's not sitting well with anybody, but I'd fly back for the pod. 2 bears, 1 asshole does it.
Yeah, but that's a 3-hour excursion, and it's private. You're
Oh,
gonna be on a Delta Comfort.
They call it a PJ. You ever see that clips?
I've seen that. Yeah.
You see the clip of Kerry Kittles and the other guy?
B&J? No. Who's that? Who's Skittles?
Well, it's George Kittle, the football player, and then the other, J.J. Watt. And the guy says, hey, is your grandmother really 100 today? And he's like, yeah, she's in the crowd. I flew her out in a PJ to come see the game. And they're like waving to the grandmother, and that's how they talk in the big leagues.
I've heard the PJ.
I never heard PJ.
I don't even wear PJs.
Pearl Jam.
Uh-huh. But, yeah, so I forgot what I was going to say.
Washington, moving.
Oh, yeah. Oh, just saying, yeah, with all that free time, like women do that. Remember we used to date, and a woman's like, what are we doing tonight? I'm like, well, I got 17 shows and a hand job, and I don't have time for you. I'll meet you at noon, but I work at noon. Well, that's on you,
Yeah,
bitch.
you got to quit your job. Well, that's what is weird now with having a child is like either I got a spot or she's got a spot. There's
Grab
no
a
like
water.
Water.
Sorry.
Ice?
No.
One ice, one no what? That's one tuck, one no tuck. No chuck.
Hey, we can only hope. But I got a nugget for you.
Denver?
I wish. Chicken. But
There's no pod better than this.
no, this is it, baby. Cuptown's out.
He sent me a clip. I'm like on the floor laughing. I've never laughed so hard in my life.
The great clip.
I should listen to the show more often.
It's a good show.
It's pretty funny.
This is the show.
We're not changing it, right?
So speaking of text,
Oh boy.
textbook. I on my night off, I said, all right, well, I got this night off. I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm fidgety. I'm agitated. I got to get out.
That's my whole life.
I know. I can't imagine. Yeah. So at least you got a baby to poke, jerk off, and look at. This is I'm just sitting there with just scrolling through bullshit, YouTube, social media, jerk off, whatever.
And you're not a big sports guy.
Yes.
Sports is nice because you're like, the hockey game.
I know.
I'll sit here.
I like UFC, but I've seen all of it up to where we're at, and there was no fight that night.
Doesn't happen Tuesday night at 7 o'clock.
Exactly. So I go, let me do everything I've been putting off. And one of those things is the big Jew Seinfeld.
Oh, my goodness.
Well,
This
you got
gets me all swished up inside.
You got my head with the Nate Bargatze. They're on the phone. He's twirling the cord. He's got hair things in there. He's got a bathrobe on, and he's giggling and all that. So I said, let me set up a little breakfast.
All right, here we go.
But again, this is a risk. He's a busy man. I could get rejected.
Sure, you don't want to get rejected. Plus, he's got Bargatze, who's just better than you in every way.
I know. He's clean. He's rich. He's got kids, and he's got a
Hair swoop.
full head of hair. He's got a hell of a golf swing.
He's got product.
Yeah, he's religious.
He's
the whole thing.
Friends with I don't know, Eddie Vedder and Jason Day and the other guy. Yes, buddies with Sandler.
Crazy. It's a different playing field, or whatever the term is.
You're nothing.
Shit. So it's a gamble. Texting with the king sign here. So then I go, well, let me check his Instagram. Maybe I can get some clues. Is he in town? Is he out of town?
This is what dating's like.
I know. I'm just trying to fuck this guy. So he's in Israel. Does a whole bunch of shit in Israel, like to be pro whatever and kill Hamas, and he's blowing Netanyahu or whatever.
Nice.
Then he goes to Tokyo with his family. Yeah, he's in Tokyo using chopsticks and all that and doing karate. And I'm like, oh man, this guy's on the move. Then he's opening with Gaffigan out there in the arenas in the middle of who knows where.
I know.
So he doesn't have time. He's talking to Bargatze 6 hours a day, according to you. So he's got no time for this queef.
No.
But I said, I need to keep this going.
You're his Salacuse.
100%. Yeah, he's not responding. So I put his text, I put his number in, I put his name in, and all of our old texts, and I start reading all of them. I mean, this is how psychotic it gets.
Oh, boy.
And there's some pretty nice stuff in there. There's some real moments and some friendship and all that. And I just said, fuck it. And I go, let me text Hamilton.
Ryan.
Yes.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you, sir. One Chuck, one no Chuck. So I text Hamilton. He goes, we got breakfast the other night. I go, how'd you do it? He goes, I just texted him, hey, so you on the road? You want to get breakfast? And he said, how about right now? I'm outside your apartment.
What?
So they lived so close that he was just like, I'm around.
You got to move up there.
I know, I might.
Makes more sense.
So I just said, hey, you on the road? Breakfast? Lot to talk about. Nothing. Iced tea. So I go, oh, you see, what was I thinking texting? It's too late. It's too early. It's a bad day. It's the wrong day. He's busy. I'm out. He's in. 7 hours later.
Okay, that's not so crazy.
Is it?
I've been 12 days with Salacuse.
That's true. Okay.
Salabuse.
Love to.
Whoa.
Been in Tokyo and Israel and on the road. So been a little slam, but next week I'm in.
There you go.
I'll take it.
So you go to Israel, Tokyo, Normanland.
Yes.
That's
Norman's land.
Normandy.
Yay, there it is.
Yep, that's the one.
Storm the beaches. So I'm in. But I'll keep you posted.
Week?
That's next week.
Keep us posted.
I've already texted the cues, unlike you, and I got a paparazzi situation all mapped out.
He's got a big bush costume with the fucking lens sticking out.
Yeah, well, I'm going to throw a shoe at him.
He's going to be in a mailbox like Ace Ventura.
Yeah. Because we botched the other one. I think I can tell the story at this point. It's been long enough.
Yeah. Oh, did you cut that story?
It's no, I kept it, but I put it only on the Patreon. It's like after the second hour.
All right,
It
well,
was from live at Gramercy.
Right.
I'll tell that
right.
story later then, because it's a long one. But yeah, Salacuse is I'm gonna get him to come in the restaurant and then go piss or something.
That's pretty good.
Because the sidewalk's no good.
Right.
The restaurant is too high up, and Salacuse is about 4'3", so he can't get to the window.
And you never thought to say, what if we just get a photo together?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I guess I could do that.
Yeah. Well, you have the other photo together.
Yeah, but Nate got the photo. Nate's got a guy they're both doing this in the booth.
Well, he's got Pimp. You got to get homeless Pimp.
I got a homeless Salacuse. I mean, he looks homeless, but you can't just hire Pimp and go, hey, sit in that other booth and wait till I say take a photo.
Well, I'm just saying Nate has Pimp. That's who took that photo, I assume.
I don't know. I think it was a waiter.
Oh, maybe. Pimp might be a waiter. He's lost quite a few gigs lately.
That's true. That's a good point.
Maybe we can get him.
Ooh. See you later, Chuckster. All
I'm
right.
kidding. His pants are too weird.
He does have odd outfits.
Pimp's a great guy, though.
Great guy, but he dresses like a MTV VJ in the 90s.
He really does.
Yeah, it's
he
like
looks
flowers.
like he should be the Running Man.
Yes. He's Kennedy.
That's funny. Tabitha Soren. MTV News. You hear it first.
Kurt Loder here.
Who's 85 years old. We talked about that once.
Even as a kid, I was like, why is this old geezer boomer cunt on my news on MTV?
Yeah, I don't know.
It should have been like LL Cool J, bebopping his way in there.
I'm so blown away by ages now. I know we talk about it all the time. I mean, like, Tom Petty was 28 in the Traveling Wilburys. I think George Harrison was 14. It's like crazy.
Crazy. He was on Epstein's Island.
I think Petty was actually 37 during Traveling Wilburys.
No.
Like, they were all in, like, their 40s and shit.
I know this Vivek Ramaswamy,
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan. He's 38. He's younger than me, and he's running for president.
Yeah, but I mean, you could run for president.
No.
You're more successful than him.
He's a biotech nerd Indian.
Well, whatever. He sucks. But I mean, Kennedy was president when he was, I think, 39 or 43,
right?
42, maybe 40 something.
He was
my
handsome.
age. Bad back, handsome guy.
That's funny.
Shot in the face.
We keep doing these things like Clinton's a creep and Kennedy fucked all these women and what's up with these men? And you're like, can we just agree that men like that? I mean, we have to be surprised by every guy who's like, "Oh, he was horny as shit."
Right.
Yeah, that's nature. I don't know.
Men
I'm
are
not saying
horny.
it's right, but we're horny.
Yeah, I think so. But I think Clinton might be a rapist.
Oh,
Yeah, real
well,
rapey dude.
That's different.
Yeah, a real rapester. But I like him. He's pretty charming.
He's got a sex.
He talks like this.
Sex on the beach.
So that's fun. But, maybe he's not also. I don't know. I wasn't there. What the hell do I know about cooking a shirt?
Paper money.
Any farts, mousse, hairspray, gel, matted, jizz. And, maybe you should try it. Next time you meet Seinfeld for breakfast, just put a little swoop in there.
Too risky. I don't want to blow it with the bad hair. I get up. We had breakfast at 9:45. We met, and I got up at 8, did 17 push-ups, did my taxes, crossword puzzle, showered, and went over there.
Now, speaking of Jerry, have you seen the Gulman special?
I have.
It really blew my asshole right out of the water. I think he's number one still for 20 years. I've thought this. I love the Gull.
I like the Gull, too. I think he's one of the best writers, but I did think it was weird he had a Pop-Tart bit.
Because Seinfeld had a Pop-Tart bit?
Yeah, and I think he's not a fan.
But they're different enough.
No, I'm not saying, they're different, but...
Well, I think the bit about Seinfeld, though, is he's just saying he's not that much better than me, $1 billion thing. I think, right? He's like
that
to
makes
scale.
sense.
But
That
boy,
makes sense.
I was watching it and I was giggling and laughing and had my little toes up in the air, and he is underrated. That's how I feel.
Easily one of the best joke writers out there, and no one's like him. He's very original. He's fun. He's a killer.
Streaming on Max. It's called... what's it called? Misfit?
No,
that's the book. The book is Misfit.
Yeah, get his book. Conan produced it.
Can I get a Google on what Gulman's new special is called? Oh, I know what Born on Third.
Hey,
That's what it's called. It's hilarious. He's got a great bit about people, for lack of a better word. He's like that's what like upper echelon people say, for lack of a better term. He's like blue collar people. We go. He's got a few jokes like that are just gold.
I love that joke. He's like, we're Jewish. My family's Jewish. We come from an interesting sect of Jew called Poor.
Yeah.
I love that.
He is very good. I love him. And one of my favorites ever. First comic I saw live. And I was like, this is my favorite comedian. And has remained so for almost 25 years.
That's rare.
And a dear friend.
Good guy.
Yeah, I went to a random comedy show. I was 18 years old. I walked up to the Comedy Connection, and I was with Steph Walsh, my previous girlfriend, 3 previous girlfriends ago. This is 25 years ago, obviously. And we were together, and we were 18 or just turned 18, and I said, I'm going to do comedy here one day. And the woman that was there, her name is Dana. I didn't know at the time. We became friends because I started working there, and she was like, okay, well, open mic's Monday. And I go, what's going on here tonight? Is there a show tonight? And she goes, yeah, it's and they called it like Comics Come Home or Local Comics because Gulman was living in New York but performing. She was like, it's a guy named Gary Gulman and featuring is Chris Murphy.
Oh, wow.
And I said, give me 2 tickets. Hit me with 2. They're $15 each.
Wow.
Saturday night we went in and Gulman, I was like, it was mind blowing because at that point you'd only really seen you'd seen like Elaine Boozler, Cosby, Carlin, Gallagher.
Sure.
And that was the first time seeing like he was probably... I don't know,
28?
30 or something. Yeah. 28, 29. And you're like, he just had these jokes that I was like, what the fuck is this?
Well, you saw one of the good comics early. Most people see, aside from the Carlins and the TV shit, most people see the road hack coming through town. You got to see the guy.
I think I've told this story before, but then he came back like a year later, and I was just so enamored with this man that I bought tickets to 3 of his 5 shows.
Whoa!
I thought he was like Pearl Jam. I was like, I gotta see him. And I remember Lamont Price, my good buddy, he
Big
was like, he's a big black guy. He was like, he's like, you bought 3 tickets, you motherfucker. He's like, he's gonna be at every show all week. And I was like, what? What is this?
Yeah.
And he's like, he lives here. He's like from here. He's gonna be on every show.
That's hilarious.
And so literally every single night, Gallman showed up and did 30 minutes, and I had spent $45, my life savings.
Sure. And I'm sure it was the same stuff over and over.
Yeah, and Lamont's just like, you bought ticket. He's like, you don't buy tickets. You work here. You're a Canadian.
Well, at least you're supporting.
Yeah,
I guess.
but it was awesome, and Gallman mixed it up a lot, and then we became friends, which was crazy and mind blowing. And
Well, that's one of the great things about comedy, as you see with the Seinfeld text. The guys you look up to, you can eventually meet, which I don't think musicians have that.
who would have ever thought you and me would be on a PJ with CK?
Woo!
I mean, is that unbelievable?
Okay.
I mean, now at this point, it's only for me, Larry and Jerry, and I've been in the same room as Jerry. I brought him on stage, and I danced next to him at Quinn's wedding, and I embarrassed myself in front of him at Quinn's one-man show.
Sure.
But other than and Larry David's not really hasn't been a stand-up in 30 years or 40 years, whatever it is, 30. But other than that, it's like, who haven't we met?
I met Larry.
All right, well, who is there anybody that you haven't?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. I met Carlin. I know. I mean, I waited in line for an hour and a half.
That's slightly different because it's a book. I'm talking like professionally.
Yeah.
You get to know, you see, and you're like, oh, they know who you are. You know who they are. Because it's like.
I'm with you, Fatty. I mean,
you think Louis,
Rock,
Jared Burr,
We've been
Chris
in the
Rock.
room with Rock, Chappelle. I've opened for Chappelle.
The
biggest.
Chappelle.
Yes. Dave Attell, we know. We have his phone number. He texts me at 4 a.m. You got anything on midget cum? I'm like, not yet.
I mean, half of these people that you see them calling, you're like, oh, Jesus.
That's the crazier part.
That's what's fascinating. Bill Burr and all these people. These people are like promoting our specials. Wild.
Yeah, I know. If you look at my texting, it's like Sam Morril, you, Rogan, Seinfeld, Shane Gillis. It's crazy.
Unbelievable. Even Norm. It's crazy.
Norm!
Unbelievable.
Whatever happened to that guy?
He passed away.
You hate to hear it.
Who else is? I guess some of the bigger black acts I don't know. Cosby.
Yeah, well, you don't want to know him. That'd be a bad night.
Who else?
Pryor.
Murphy. Pryor's dead.
Murphy's a big one. He's up on an ivory tower. No one gets to touch Murph.
But he hasn't been a stand-up comic in 75 years. Even Sandler I met.
Oh, yeah, good point. I know. For me, it all kind of hit me in the dick when I did I did Carnegie Hall with Jimmy Carr. And then it's like, Louis there, Jeff Ross is there, Apatow is there, Seth Meyers is there, and you're like, oh, wow. I'm like, first of all, I'm at Carnegie Hall, which is insane.
Yes.
I didn't sell a ticket, but he did. And then I'm opening for this guy who I like, and I'm just canoodling with all these fucking bigwigs. It was a little wacky.
Which, by the way, you could do Carnegie Hall. Isn't that... Two Beacons is smaller than Carnegie Hall. Can we get a reading on that? I mean, Carnegie's what, 4,000 maybe?
I thought 5, yeah. Beacon's 27.
Yeah, times 2 is 54.
There you go.
How big's Carnegie? Less than 54, I would bet.
Carnegie's also capacity.
48, I'm
geez.
going to say.
Well,
Do you want to take a guess?
I just did.
But exactly.
4,800.
They're very specific.
4,861.
well, now I'm going to go 35 because
3671.
Yeah, so you're bigger than Carnegie Hall. You could do 2 Carnegie Halls.
you're blowing my tits right into my chest.
But I heard it's not that great of a room.
I've heard the same. And Jimmy Carr told me, he's like, Beacon's better, you get a better cut. Because Carnegie's got the name.
Oh, wait a minute. Carnegie Hall has 3,671 seats divided among 3 auditoriums.
Aha.
The largest one is the Stern Auditorium.
Yeah.
Which is only 2,804 seats.
What?
There you go. So, yeah, I think so that there's Carnegie's very sexy.
Exactly.
It's not like you couldn't do Carnegie Hall.
Yes, that's true. Okay, well, you just
There
made
you go.
my dick get hard. All right. Well, now this is something.
We really did something. But anyways, I got a couple stories.
Please,
Not much of a story.
Lay it on me, fatty.
But a couple things. By the way, we had a big, juicy riff going about the Jinx and the Last Dance and how they're the greatest things ever made. And the card shit the bed. We had a great opening.
Yeah, we really were cooking, and then the pot overflowed.
But anyways, I'll just say this. The Last Dance and the Jinx, I watched them on repeat. They're the two best docuseries ever created, ever, and they fucking are amazing, and I can't stop watching them.
Can I say something about The Last Dance? Because I think The Jinx is amazing, and I've seen it 7 times. But The Last Dance, first of all, a lot of people had a problem with the out-of-orderness.
I love the out-of-orderness.
I don't mind it either, but a lot of people had trouble with that.
I love the out-of-orderness. The thing I like the least is like the 1998 stuff. There's too much of that. I'm like, I get it. You're in the locker room. Get out of here. Give me the past.
Well, 1998.
Well, it's all past, but that was like shot in the present thing.
I got you.
I was like least interested in the whole, because that was just like the regular season. They're walking around.
Okay.
That was my least favorite part. But I didn't mind the jump around. I like the jump around.
And then the other part people had a problem with was Jordan produced it, so he got to kind of cherry pick.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right.
I love Jordan. He can do no wrong. That guy could come in my face while I was sleeping, Cosby-esque, and I'd be like, "You're the best."
Well, I mean, that is your Make-A-Wish. So you can't really use that, but I hear you.
But I mean, but they were critical of him at times, and maybe they could have done other stuff. But there was so much raw emotion, and it brought me back. And he's my fucking favorite, and I loved it.
He is the guy. I think he set that bar for how much you got to practice competitiveness, how good you could be. I love those old clips of Kobe trying to get little nuggets of wisdom out of him, on the sidelines. And then you get Kobe, and then you get LeBron, and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
But you needed the first guy.
You also have Jordan, broken and sad that his life is a mess, and he's like, I could have been a better person, but I knew what it took to win. That was exciting.
All that stuff is great, and the fact that, like, this guy who is the best, you just look at him like, oh, he's godlike. Like, oh, it must be great to be this way, but he's so hard on himself. He's miserable. He's depressed. He's drunk. He's on 8 cigars a day.
Doesn't seem pleasant. His eyes all red, but
yeah,
he's the best, and man, I just want to have a cigar and a whiskey and talk about the old days.
Did you see Air?
Yeah, I saw Air.
I liked it.
It was fine.
All right.
It just felt like it was a little cheese balls.
Yeah, it's a kind of a TV movie, but I still enjoyed it.
That's how I felt. Yeah, but it was some fun. There was just jokes that were like, wow. I hate jokes. I hate this kind of joke. Did we talk about this on the show? I talked about it somewhere. I hate jokes that are like built on like they're movies that take place in the past, and so they say a thing that is going to happen, obviously. Nobody wants to hear what Charles Barkley thinks on TV. Everybody get it?
Yeah.
Because he's on TV now. I just hate, like, where you can make a retroactive movie. A BlackBerry. No one wants a phone in their pocket. I can tell you that right now. Hardy har har.
Right. That's funny because I think everyone else loves those. I'm with you because it's a little spoon-fed.
Yes.
Wink at the camera.
Yes.
But I think everybody else is like, it's like when they say the title of the movie in the movie.
Exactly.
And everybody's like, oh, they said it. You're like, I know, but that's why they named the movie.
I say it all the time. The worst offender of that, I've probably told this on the podcast, Dan Belger and I both burst out laughing. We went to saw Gone Baby Gone. And it's like the Jamaican gangster. And he's like, you better shape up or ship out, or you're going to be gone, baby. Gone. Like we were like, oh, there it is.
Oh, that's
a great film, stinky title reveal.
There you go.
Anyways, so Christmas just passed 6 months ago.
Yes, Alec mentioned that.
And so I thought I'd do for my niece and nephew. I thought, I don't want to go out and find a gift. And you don't want to go, what do you think? What do they like? And I hate gift giving. That's where like the person just says, this is what I want.
Oh, I hate that.
Just give me this, because it just feels so cold.
It's an order.
Yes, exactly, because I'm like, well, why don't you buy what you want, I'll buy what I want, and then we'll just fuck.
Hey, that's a life. That's a marriage right there.
You want to think outside the box and hit them with something nice.
Like Taco Bell.
So, but then, I've been busy with the kid and the travel and the shit, and my life's upside down, and my sister's assholes in my mouth still. So I thought my niece and nephew, I go, you know what? I thought about taking my nephew to a Celtics game, but it's like $400 a ticket. And I gotta move to Washington, so I gotta save some cash. So I go, I'll take him to a nice steak dinner.
Okay, now we're cooking.
You know, the family's very blue collar. No one has any money. So I'm like, I got a little dough. I'll take the kids out. They don't get to eat a nice steak dinner. I'm going to take them to Del Frisco's.
Woo!
Now, you know me. I love a Del Frisco's.
Oh, San Francisco.
Which I still think we should go sometime for lunch, but Sam poo-pooed.
I'm down. I like a nice meaty ribeye.
Remember we all went for steaks in Vancouver?
No. Vancouver.
That was when I first got sober. We all did the festivals. You,
Yes,
me, Veter,
yes.
Hanley. We went for a big steak dinner. Derek was there.
Was that with Maria Bamford?
I don't think she came to steak. But that would have been a mistake. She bought us a different dinner, but we went to steak. Maybe Bamford came.
Lynch?
Lynch was there.
Okay. It's all coming back to me. Boy, it's a lot of blur out there.
Big steak
Good
dinner.
band.
Fancy steakhouse.
Ah.
It was a long time ago.
All
11
right.
years ago.
How many?
11.
Whoa.
Coming up on 11. Isn't that wild?
Come a long way.
Yeah, we sure have. You were about to do Conan for the first time. Remember? It was crazy.
That's right.
You had Conan like the next week. We were all like, what the fuck? This
Yes.
is crazy. We were pushing each other into the bushes. It was wild.
And then Sam and Phil had a little rift.
Sam and Phil were beefing. I
Yes.
had just got sober. Mark Maron was there.
Yes.
Kindler was there. Pete Holmes
Veter.
was there.
Yes, Pete Holmes.
And that was where we revealed Hanley's house that he grew up in was like a
Oh,
fucking skyscraper
yes.
glass window thing.
Wow, that was a wild time.
It was wild, and boy, it was fun. Bamford hung out with us. We were just running around.
11, yeah, boy, it's flying.
Flies by. But that also feels like 50 years ago, too.
Sure.
But anyways, we all went to steak. So I said, I'm going to take the kids out to Del Frisco's.
I love it.
Get a nice, juicy steak. A nice experience. We'll get dressed up.
Hey, underrated. Dressing up really adds to the whole mood.
That's why I did it today.
Sure.
So we go to Del Frisco's. Now, they have a strict dress code, don't
I didn't
you know?
that.
I found out recently, Sarah and I were in Philly, and we were about to have the baby, so we said, let's go to Del Frisco, get ourselves a nice steak. We're about to have the baby, we're making some good dough. The shows are sold out. We went there, and I had a hoodie, like a nice hoodie, like a zip-uppy fucking whatever hoodie.
Okay.
Nice-ish, clean.
Do they do the thing where they go, we have a blazer here for
They
you?
didn't offer me the blazer.
Okay, because some restaurants, you show up, they go, hey, your jacket's required. You're like, I don't have a jacket. They're like, we have one for you.
Yeah, they didn't offer that.
That's a nice move.
Nikki blazer.
Aha.
So they go, you can't wear the hood. And I go, oh, fuck. We walked all the way down here, the time. I go, okay, well, I'll take the hoodie. I go, I got a T-shirt underneath. Does that work? And they go, yeah, that's fine. It's like it's a Cheap Trick T-shirt.
Ha, it literally says cheap.
It says Cheap Trick 50 times. You know, their logo. I'm like,
Right.
can I wear this? They're like, absolutely.
That's a silly rule.
It just feels weird because, like, a hoodie, a muffin can be very filling. A hoodie can be okay, I think.
Sure, yeah, hoodie's nice. I mean, it's come around as a, like, Mark Cuban walks around in a hoodie, you know?
But I think in Philly, maybe there's racial
That's
undertones.
what
They're
I
like,
was
they
thinking.
don't want people showing up with, hoods on.
It's funny how those lists, they don't hold back. They're pretty egregious. They're like, no Timberlands, no Jordans, no black people.
Dude, I looked up the Del Frisco. It literally is like no gold chains, no sportswear, no sagging pants.
Yes.
No untied shoes.
Yes.
It's like pretty on the nose.
Yeah, exactly. No slang, no gold teeth, no gun.
No, yeah, there's a lot there, and so anyways, I just wore like a rock and roll T-shirt, but so I was like, all right, I know they enforced the dress code, so let me check, and it's strict. All the things we just said. I asked my nephew, he's 15. I go, you got pants and a shirt? He's on the basketball team. They must dress up game day, and he's like, I don't have a single pair of pants. I don't have jeans.
What?
They wear, I have a bit about it. They wear exclusively sweatpants, these kids.
Oh,
Joggers
yeah.
and sweatpants.
It's a different era. I mean, this stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever this is.
Even this is probably too fancy.
Wow.
So I'm like, what about a dress shirt? He's like, don't have one.
What?
And I'm like, what do you do if you have to dress up? He's like, I've never dressed up.
Funeral, wedding, church.
I think they rent. I don't
Court?
know.
Wow. Can't you wear Papa Daddy? You can't. Was that a rapper or a pizza chain? But whenever I need a suit, I go to Dad.
Well, I think his dad is bigger than him and they're divorced and all that. I don't
You've
know.
seen Big?
So I went, all right, well, we'll figure something out. So my mother and I, we go to Target,
Sure.
and I go, I'm going to get myself, not myself, I'm going to get this kid a shirt and,
Jesus.
and pants.
This is great. You're like Brewster's Millions. So you're taking these kids out.
Well, it's Target. I mean, you can find a shirt for $12.
I know, but where's Papa Daddy on this. This is his role. You're going to feed the kid? You're going to close the kid? What else are you going to do? Tuck him in and blow him?
Well, there's a whole other bag of hammers going on over there.
Okay, apparently.
So
This is child abuse.
So we go to Target. I'm with my mom, and she buys some stuff for the baby and some panties. I go over to the men's section, and I find a little it's like a knockoff Ted Baker, $24.
Okay.
I'll show you the photo. It's like a blue shirt, and by the way, I always wear these Ted Bakers for late night, which is like $175 pair of threads. You buy a Target shirt, you can feel the difference.
Oh, really?
I was all red and itchy. My nipples fell off. I was bleeding. It's like
it's sandpaper.
It's like crunching. It doesn't form to you.
Yes. It says UPS on the side.
So I buy the shirt, and I see it. There's a large. That's for me because I didn't pack a dress shirt. So I see another one, same shirt, medium. I go, I'm getting this for him. It'll be hilarious. We'll have matching shirts.
That's adorable. How old is this kid?
15.
Okay, perfect.
So I go, this is going to be funny. So then I found some athleisure pants, bottom those, throw those in the cart. I go, here's your outfit, buddy boy. We're going steakhouse.
Yeah, we are.
So I show him the shirts, and I'm like, how good is this? And he's like, where are we going again?
Uh-oh.
And I realized this isn't a funny bit. He's 15. He's in high school. He's a hot kid. He's fucking all the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
He's
Even
like-
with the no clothes.
But yeah, that's what they wear. They wear sweatpants. So he's like, I don't want to go to a restaurant dressed as my uncle.
He's got a point.
And I was in the bathroom thinking, I'm like, in my mind, this is a hilarious bit. And then I'm pissing, and I'm like, oh, this isn't funny to him.
No.
I don't. If someone sees him, he's gonna be like, we look like asses. Like, to me, that's funny.
It's Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
Exactly.
And but he's like, this is awful.
Yeah.
My uncle is making me go to a steakhouse dressed as him.
I'm with the kid.
And I'm thinking, I made a feature film. I've been on the Tonight Show.
Right.
He's never heard of either of these things.
He wants to dress like me.
And I'm like, this is gonna be hilarious. But he's
Yeah.
like, you're a fucking old loser with bad teeth.
Yeah.
And I'm a vegetarian. I don't want to go to a steakhouse.
This kid's perceptive.
So he puts on the shirt, and he's like, I'll put my hoodie on over it. I'll take it off when we have to. And I'm like this. All right. So now I'm just torturing the kid.
Yeah, because you got to think back to his point of view. You know, that's we forget what it's like to be a teen. All they care about is acceptance and cool and fitting in.
And I'm from the 90s, so I'm like, you got yourself a dress shirt from Target and a pair of athleisure pants. You're going to look like the money, like the bomb.
No, it looks like an asshole.
He's like, I'm asshole. So he's like, I want to be in my sweatpants. That's what's cool.
Yeah.
So he looks like a dick. I look like an asshole. Now, Del Frisco's is downtown Boston. My parents live in Whitman. That's about a 45-minute drive. There's some traffic. It's like a 48-minute drive with traffic.
Okay.
Now, there's another Del Frisco's, which I'm usually opposed to. It's in Westwood, Mass.
What's that, the Burbs?
It's the Burbs, about 30 minutes away, next to the train station.
Okay, so
Amtrak.
you're going past the city to the suburbs.
It's kind of like west.
Got it.
All suburbs. And I want to go to the city, so you feel like this is a city experience.
Yes.
We're going out. But you got the baby, it's raining, you're gay, and
The parking is going to be a thing.
exactly. And one way is 48 minutes, the other way is 33 minutes. So you're like, boy, I can save whatever that is, 15 minutes.
And the Beantown one's going to have a wait.
So I go, you know what? We'll just go to the suburb. I don't like it because it's newer and it doesn't feel as classy, but nobody and everyone go. You got to read the room. Sarah's like, can we just please go to the fucking suburb? I go, all right, we'll go to the suburbs. I don't love it. So we drive out there. We're having a million laughs. We're dressed the shame. I'm assholes. Boy, I said shame. That was Freudian. Dressed the shame.
Does he get the bit? Even though I know he doesn't like it, does he get it?
I think he was like, that's funny. And then the reality sets in. We're just two assholes dressed the same.
Yeah, I have to say, you ever do a man on the street? You're like, this is a great idea for a man on the street. And then when you're standing there in Bryant Park with a microphone, you're like, I'm bothering these people. But on paper, it's a great gag.
Yes, exactly. I've had exactly that same thing. And it's, you know what it reminded me of? It's like on Halloween night, when you're coming home, you see couples fighting as like Wolverine and Miss Daisy or whatever.
Yeah, Miss Piggy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just a guy in a Batman mask being like, I never loved you, or whatever. And you're like, oh, they look like assholes now.
Right.
Or the next morning after the walk of shame, you're dressed as Kermit or whatever.
Yeah. Cock monster.
So anyways, I think he gets it, but he's like embarrassed because he's a kid. So we're driving there. We pull up to Westwood. It sells Del Frisco's Grill.
Oh, shit. What is that? Like LGBTQA? I don't know what the grill means.
I don't know, but I'm like, Del Frisco's Grill.
I don't like the sound of it because I've seen Taco Bell Express, or there's some kind of twist.
Exactly. So I go, Del Frisco's Grill. I don't remember ever seeing grill there.
Yeah, I don't like grill.
And I'm like, that feels a little different.
Yes,
so
yes.
Immediately, I'm like, I already was self-conscious that we're not going to the city. We're going to the bullshit one. It pulls up and it says Del Frisco's Grill. And I'm like, that seems different. And just like the lighting and the look looks a little different.
Because it's a classy joint.
Del Frisco's
the original.
is a double eagle, whatever that means.
Double eagle.
Yeah. Could you look up what
I think
that
that's
means?
like a military term.
Yeah. What is double eagle? Chuck, can you look up double eagle steakhouse? What does that mean?
You think a Michelin? As
Michelin's different. That's a tire.
It's a tire.
What does double eagle
You
steakhouse
gotta
mean?
worry about your attire.
Frisco's Double Eagle Steakhouse.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Double
looks
Eagle.
like it's just regular. I mean,
How is it? A single eagle?
Yeah. What's the eagle ranking? What's double eagle mean?
it doesn't say that. It says it's like part of the name.
Oh.
It says Del Frisco's Double Eagle Steakhouse as the title on Google.
It must mean something.
Can you look up what does double eagle mean as it pertains to steakhouses?
Yeah.
Fuck.
The legal eagle.
Well, anyways, while you're
Eagle.
looking that up, it says Del Frisco's Grill. Then we get out of the car and I'm like, I'm holding out hope. Don't worry. Maybe they're all grills. I never noticed the grill. Fuck me. Then there's an African American gentleman with a hoodie and the saggy pants and the thing. He's walking in ahead of us, and I go, boy, this is going to be awkward because they are going to throw this guy out, and it's going to feel racial.
Yeah.
Even though it's not racial. I'm like telling my niece and nephew, they're like, very woke kid. They're different generations.
Sure,
They're teenage. So I'm
sure.
like, just brace yourself. This is not racial. I've been thrown out for having a hoodie. They're going to fucking DJ Jazzy Jeff. They're going to hit him with a double eagle fork.
Right.
And toss him. So he goes in, and I'm watching, waiting for him to get thrown out and cause a scene. No throw out.
Interesting.
Doesn't come out. And I go, huh.
It should say Del Frisco's Urban because you're at the other one.
Yes. So we walk in, and I'm like, well, that guy didn't get thrown out. We walk in, families everywhere, bright lights, hoodies as far as the eye can see.
Galore.
Hoodie, back. There's one kid with a backwards baseball cap.
Lousy with hoodies.
Gold chain. There's a guy really with red sweatpants and a t-shirt.
Woo-wee. You're at the Source Awards.
Guy has a Larry Bird jersey over there. Nothing underneath, tank top.
Man. Is that Cat Williams I see over there?
It's just no dress code whatsoever. I took him to some shit knockoff bullshit. I took him to TGI Fridays.
The grill.
Grill.
There was grills in there. These guys were wearing grills.
Now I'll say this: it's still a $75 steak, same steak.
Okay.
All that stuff. We still got a bone in and everything. They looked at the menu and they were like, "Are these the prices? You can't. What the hell?" It was a
right.
nice so I still got him a quality meal.
And it did taste good.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
It's killer. It's double eagle, for God's sakes. But
Whatever that is.
still, everyone had sweatpants. I bought the shirt for no reason. Now he was thrilled because he could keep the hoodie on over the shirt.
Okay, it's a win.
So that was a win for him. They got steaks. They took photos. It was very exciting, but it just didn't have the dim light. The other one, they have the tablecloth with the scooper. There was no scooper.
I love a scoop.
And this is just a regular waitress, just like, "Hi, I'm Sue. I'm your
Right.
waitress. You want a steak or what?"
You want the highfalutin broad who's been doing it for 40 years who's kind of hot.
With the tie and the
Yeah.
little scrapey bullshit.
Right.
And the bread was different. I fucked myself.
Yeah, well, you went to Westway or whatever.
Westwood.
Wood.
Double Eagle?
At the risk of sounding like an idiot, I think it's Double Eagle is just like their very, very nice version of their restaurant. And Grill is their more casual version. There's no this Double Eagle doesn't mean a thing. I think it's a title.
Weird. What the fuck?
They are the same company though. It's the same company. Del Frisco's.
Oh, yeah.
that's
It's
better.
Del
It's the same
Frisco's.
company.
Same meat, same all that.
I think it's just a more casual version of what they make.
It's casual, but when I saw the sweatpants and everyone with hats, because that was part of the gift.
Yeah, of
is
course.
Tonight we're going to be classy tonight with our Target clothes.
Damn it.
I blew it.
Well, the kid was happy, and you got the real steak, and you're eating amongst the common folk again. You're back with your people. Your heart took you to poverty, where you belong.
That's right. I mean, I do belong there, and it felt, but you just wanted to. It's fun to separate. Now, some people aren't accepting because I took my parents there years ago. My mother was a nervous wreck. She hated it.
Oh, interesting.
She didn't know what she was putting mousse and product in her hair, and she didn't know how to order. She was literally shaking, holding the menu. She's like, "How do we order? What do we say?" And I was like, "Oh, this is like a disservice." 'Cause I think some people, I'm like, tonight we're gonna live like fucking the other side.
Yes.
And some people were like, "I don't want to be on the other side."
I think you learned that. I think when I met you, you had a lot. You had a little more mom in you, and I think you've kind of opened up over the years, as have I.
Well, I went out with Louis, so once you're out, you're like, "Hey, this is pretty good."
You get a taste of it. You can't go back.
Yeah, so you try it out, and you want to give that gift, but some people don't want that gift.
Yeah. Well, it's not comfort. I have that on the road. Do you ever have that where the opener's like treating you like you're fucking Liberace, and he's like, "Oh, well, you're a genius," and you're like, "Get the fuck out!" And people want that. I don't want that.
Exactly, I feel the same way. I'm like, I don't want anyone to do anything for me.
Yeah. That weird, like that Chappelle level of like, "Oh, you're the goat" and all that. I'm like, get the hell out of here. And I'm kind of happy it makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, I don't want to go that way.
Well, some hotels too, they're like, "Well, want to take your luggage?" And I'm like, "No, I'll take my luggage."
Yeah, I got the
like,
luggage.
Please, I'm like, it's a wheel, it's a fucking carry case,
And the elevator's right there. And then I gotta like tip you, see you again. It just adds more bullshit, you know. I gotta keep talking to you.
The father. Home Alone 2.
Oh, okay.
When he's at the hotel, I don't know.
One of my first jokes ever. Went to a restaurant, didn't have a blazer. They go, "We'll give you one." I go, "Oh, okay." And then when the bill came, I go, "I don't have any money." And I was like, "Can you give me some?" That was
that's not bad.
You like that?
That's pretty good.
Maybe I'll bring it back.
Dust it off.
I'll dust.
Dust it off.
Dust and Chafin. All right, Dusty Slay.
Hey, folks, this episode of Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp's online therapy is helpful for celebrating your strengths, working through your weaknesses, and learning to set boundaries and taking action with your life. I love BetterHelp. I've gotten 6-7 friends all into this via their ads with our discount code, and they love it. They thank me. They're so grateful. They know how to be grateful now because of BetterHelp. Yeah. Therapy is the way. We all need therapy. Especially if you're listening to this show, you probably need therapy, and you should get it through BetterHelp. If you're thinking of trying therapy, give BetterHelp a shot. It's completely online, so you can talk with your therapist through a video call, over the phone, or by message, whatever is best for you. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. You can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. You're tuned into the show, so clearly you're an awesome person. Yeah. It's time you believe it. And celebrate the progress you've already made. Visit BetterHelp.com/Tuesdays to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Tuesdays. All right, back to the show. Anyways, that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
All right, I can tell the Seinfeld photo story. Now that I'll give the quick version.
It's a great story. Tell it.
All right, so I don't know, when was that? Was that January? No,
it was one of the Gramercy shows, which I believe was June, September.
Okay.
I don't know. We did one every 2 weeks.
I think it was actually March, June, September.
The next one's March 5th.
March 5th. There you go.
Put that in the bank, folks.
I think Jerry will do it.
I'll probably not run it by
you
him.
did it with Sal. Sal Volcano was on it.
Okay.
So it was probably the June or March one.
All right.
Maybe it was like last February.
But does that give you a touch of how much I'm spacing this out? Because I just am that scared of that is proof of how scared of bothering him I am.
Yeah.
We could be eating breakfast twice a month. You know, we live in the same fucking city. We live a mile apart, but I don't want to bother him, so I space.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, literally.
Well, this story's a little dicey.
True. So, get the breakfast with the sign. It was all about getting married and like how to like stay married and not get divorced and all that. That was. You always need like a.
God, you gotta give my number.
Yeah, you need a reason to meet. And this reason is like a lot to talk about. The comedy, the Chappelle special, Cat Williams, Israel, whatever. So I always want to go in with a reason because I think men are very transactional. You know, like we go way back. We can go, hey, you want to just hang? I think he's a busy guy and we're not super close. So you have to have a reason to meet.
Right.
You know, like if I didn't run a pod, or not a pod, let me think of like, sometimes like with Salacuse, he's a pal. But the fact that we have all these projects, we're working on something, we're filming something, we're shooting something, that keeps us tighter.
Of course, it allows you to do something, yeah.
Because guys will just sit back and if we don't have to do anything, we won't.
Right.
You know, so I think that's how I'm looking at this with him. So we met up months ago, and I had to get the photo. We're hanging out. But I don't want to bother him. I don't want to be the guy going, hey, I brought a friend here who has a professional camera. Do you mind if that's no good.
Yeah.
That's not lunch. That just shows, like, this is special. You're a celebrity. I'm not. Boo, 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 boo. I want to be equals, Jerry.
Right.
So we concoct a plan with Sally, and I go, how about this? He always gets hit up by paparazzi all over the sidewalk. Throw the mask on. You already look like ass. Put the Hawaiian shirt. You got the crazy hair. Just show up outside the diner. We're going to get a booth by the window. Get a photo by the window. And he goes,
not bad.
No problem. And, he's a dad. He's 88 years old, so he's up at the crack of dawn like a farmer. We met at 9:45. Sal just texts me under the table. I'm talking to Jerry like, oh, yeah, you don't say. Yeah, how about that? Okay, we're here now. The eagle has landed, double eagle. And Sal shows up. The problem is, it's diner. It's built like a train car.
Yes.
So the window is literally this high, like this.
Right.
And we're sitting above that. And Salcuse is 4'1". So he's out there, and I see him with the mask and the Hawaiian and the weird bag of who knows what.
He's all for one.
And decent group. And he's, I see him out there, and he's going,
ah, jeez.
and then Jerry's going, look at these fucking animals. And I know, I'm like, I hope they die. That guy, look at it. He's clearly homeless. He smells. He's ugly. And he's like, I know. And he goes, I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry. He's apologizing to me about the guy I hired. So I'm like, yeah. And now Saki's too short, so he's jumping.
He's pogoing.
He's pogoing and clicking. Jump, click, jump, click. So I can see the lens, like one goes up to the sky, one hits the ground, one's over here. Like you can see it's missing. So... But either way, I'm like, he's a professional. He'll get it. And I'm still trying to maintain a conversation while this guy is jumping outside of the window a foot and a half away.
Now, did Salcuse think to come into the restaurant at all and snap one from the equal level?
No, because it was too obvious. It was,
right.
And they would have tackled him and tased his ass too, which that could have been fun. It's a bunch of like Hispanic guys. And they know Jerry. He has his own table.
It's so crazy to me because that diner doesn't seem like a quintessential New York diner, but him and Quinn love it.
Well, the food is good. It's very pricey.
Yes, I've been.
So I think it's that perfect level of like he's a zillionaire celebrity icon, and it's got eggs and waffles.
Right.
So I don't know. It's a middle ground for him. So Sally's taking the photo. We have a great breakfast. I leave. I felt invigorated. One of those like, whoa, I just had a real meal. It wasn't like just opening. It was like we're hanging.
It's crazy.
It felt like a level jump in our relationship, whatever. So then, of course, I call Salcuse, and he goes, don't worry, I took 900 photos. We got something. I'm going to go home right now and check the footage. Woo, baby, here we go. And he sends me 2 photos that day, and he goes, this is the best I got. One of them is both of us. It just looks like 2 blobs eating because of the glare on the window. And then the other one is pretty good, but it's like here up.
Oh, boy.
It's
You
here.
gotta send these to me.
I'll send them to you. I'll find them. They were unusable.
Ah, geez.
Even with a Seinfeld photo, it was unusable. And I was like, I can't post this. And he's like, I know. So this is shot number 2.
This is it.
Yeah.
So stock up, buddy boy.
But seeing that fat bastard jump in the air with a camera in both hands was really, really something.
He's a special kind of friend. He's a good guy. He's a sweet boy. Not great at capturing things on camera necessarily.
Sure.
But he's a lot of fun.
But if you have a body that needs to be hidden, call him, because he will come in there with a shovel and somehow fuck it up.
Yeah, he's really something. I love the Cuse, and I'm going to text as soon as this is over. I'm texting him right back.
Whoa.
I'm going to set up a lunch.
Oh God! Well, I'll come photograph it.
Maybe something. I gotta hang with the guy, but teach him how to focus his camera. And
I gotta tell you, we shot a thing for my Instagram for the Beacon, and he's got a tripod. I've never seen this before. He's got a tripod, but it's just a pod. It's just one stick, and it has a nub on the bottom.
It's called a monopod. I use them all the time.
He's got a monopod, and I'm like, he's standing where it's shooting in a conference room, just like this, and he's standing on a chair. The monopod is on the table, and he's shooting down at me, and I'm like, it's a swivel chair. It's a monopod, and it's you. There's no way this is not going to shake.
well, Salcuse loves standing on things.
He does.
That is one of his favorite activities. If there's a table, a chair, a thing, He's standing on the thing.
Well, he's Federico Fellini. He's got to get up there and get angles and Dutch and up and down. And so I'm like, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be shaky. And he's like, it won't be shaky. And I think because I hounded him so much, it's getting laughs in the room, that it came out pretty good. But if I hadn't said anything, I don't know.
The
hounded him.
monopile will help a lot.
But it helps, but it's like this.
Michael J. Fox and the Hound.
Uh-huh.
Shaky. Well, if I had got it out a second.
What was the hound?
I'm hounding him, you said.
Oh, hounding.
You're hounding
I forgot
him.
I said hounding.
I know. There was a space. I fucked it. What are you going to do?
Hounds of Baskerville.
Michael J. Fox and the Hound.
Hey, okay, there we go. So,
AK-47.
So he was 8 gay, but he got that shot crystal clean, and we got in, we got out. But that monopod, I'm like, get 3 sticks. Like the Eiffel Tower's not standing up straight up. It's got the legs.
Big legs.
Yeah, legs. She knows how to use them. Legs and eggs.
I bet the more I talk about Syracuse, the more I miss him. I got to get this man back in my life.
He's a great guy. We have a lunch twice a month.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I go up to Westway.
Westway.
Del Frisco's.
Ah.
No, Westway Diner, Midtown. It's
Oh,
two
I know.
blocks from his house.
I know Westway. That's where Seinfeld was, hatched.
Yeah, well, you can't bring him in there now. It's a circus.
Oh, Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Oh, they go crazy for him?
Well, it's mayhem in there. It's one of those like wacky diners. It's like a real diner.
Right.
The diner, bleep that. The other diner he likes is like calm and quiet and kind of nice.
Right. You said it a couple times.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
You said more than once.
Yeah, you said it earlier.
Oh, I did.
I think so. That's why I was like, it's weird that he thinks that diner is good. Those guys love that diner.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, just bleep the first word.
Yeah.
And keep diner.
Yeah, keep diner.
Okay.
There we go.
I don't want to blow up his spot. As
Nah,
the
I
kids
think
say.
it's fine. Yeah, well, just go, boop, diner.
There you
Boop,
go.
Diner.
There you go.
Nothing's finer than being in your diner. Well, I can't wait for the next meeting. I can't wait for the next Syracuse. And, Syracuse is near and dear to my heart and inside my fart.
He's the man with the plan. I love him. And now here's a question about the sign. Doing the beacon.
Uh-huh.
He's doing it a week before.
Uh-huh.
Which is it's fun to see. It's like Tame Impala, Seinfeld, Federico Pavarotti, some other guy, me.
Wild.
Isn't that wild?
It's unbelievable.
I never thought I'd see the day.
It's unbelievable.
I'm thinking about asking him to pop on.
Yeah, you keep saying this. I mean,
Is that bad? Well, I'm
don't
running. I'm
think
trying to get a gauge off you. Is that insulting? Is it like the T-shirt for the 15-year-old where I'm like, I think it's funny, but he's gonna be like, I don't like that.
But I think you'd have to ask in a way of like, let me know if you want to do time. You're welcome to do time.
Oh, don't make it like a goof.
I wouldn't say, hey, I'd like you to open for me.
No, I would never say that.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying like, wouldn't that be funny if you popped onto my dumb fucking show?
Yeah, that's not bad.
All right, that's what I was gonna do.
Or like an invitation. If you want to bounce some new or do a bit, come by.
All right, I like it.
That's something.
Okay.
Yeah, that way it's like an offer. It's an offer of respect.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you live in the neighborhood. We're friends. I'm there. Come by. Do time.
I don't care if he works out. Pull the notebook out. Open mic it.
Yeah, tell him. You say I won't be like you are when you headline.
Wow.
Is it true? There's no clock. You gotta look at the watch. It's so crazy.
No watch, no clock, no nothing, no windows,
Fascinating. That's
no joy,
no show, no smell.
no shirt,
no
no
smell,
shoes,
no
no
tell.
service.
No smell, no tell whiskey.
There you go.
But yeah, I think you should say, hey, I'm at the Beacon neighborhood show. I'm down the street. I'd love if you came by. That's what you should say. I'd love if you came by, and if you do, you're welcome to go on.
I like
that
it.
way you're expressing your desires. It would mean a lot if you came. And if you came, of course, you're welcome to go on stage.
Yeah,
So that
I
way
guess.
it's kind of like, this is what I would like. You're my friend, and it would be meaningful if you came.
Yeah,
so you're
yeah.
expressing your needs.
Is desire good to express? I don't know if I agree with that.
Of course it is.
I want you to do this. I feel like that's it puts you in a weird position. Now I got to do that because you want me to?
No, it doesn't put him in a weird position. You're not saying, I want you to do this. You're saying, I would love if you did this. It would mean a lot
Okay.
to me. It's not like you're saying, I want you to wash my car.
Sure.
If you're saying, hey, I'm shooting a special, and if you're in town, it would mean a lot to have you there. 'cause
Right.
we're friends.
Okay.
That's asserting yourself.
Right.
You're saying, this is what I would like out of you, my friend.
But when some guy you don't like or think is funny, and you're like, hey, can I open for you? And he's expressing his desires, but you're like, shit, now how do I get out of this?
Yeah, but he's crossing a boundary. You're not friends. You feel yourself friends with Jerry. Unless you don't, then, yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Okay. I don't know if
you
I
are
do.
that guy.
But I am a psycho as well, so that's why I'm asking other people.
You're having breakfast one-on-one. The previous guy, you're not having breakfast one-on-one.
Good point. It's a good point.
That's what's so egregious about these people.
Right.
That are like, hey, how about I open for you? You're like, I don't know you.
Yes.
And I have a plethora of friends that I would love being with and don't get to see enough. So I'll use one of them.
Hear, hear.
Friendship should evolve naturally.
By the way, the floodgates of people asking to do the beacon who I've never had a conversation with, don't have their number. People I'm like, you're still doing it?
Yeah, that's insane.
There's a lot of that out there because they're like, oh, this is a fun thing. Can I do it? Like, what?
Yeah.
Where's that coming from?
That's insane. I think it's better to express, hey, I'd love for you to be there. That would mean a lot to me.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And then you add if you want to do time, of course, you're welcome to do time.
And how could you not? Because they're going to go ape shit. That's got to feel good.
That's got to feel good. But
He's also used to that.
exactly. And then he might be like, well, I don't want. Some people, too, are like, that's your night. That'll be weird. I'm not going to go
there's a lot of that.
on after.
And there's a lot of, like, especially these big time guys are like, oh, it doesn't feel right.
Right.
Like, I don't want to just go on. That's more of a young guy thing, like a hungry guy. Like, oh, I'll go on. Blah.
Sometimes it's fun. I mean, Louis featured. How crazy is that? Louis featured for me at Side Splitters the whole weekend.
I think about that once a week.
Is that insane?
I really do. And you had that great cancel line up front.
What was that?
You go, people don't believe cancel culture is real.
Oh,
Well, I got news for you. Louis C.K. is opening for me at a comedy club in Florida.
I should have clipped that.
Oh,
that with the
that'd have been a
clips.
clip.
Damn the clips. So stupid with the clips.
Damn, that would be a legendary clip.
Oh, maybe the video exists somewhere. Probably not. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I think about that all the time. I don't know how weird that is, but I'm in the shower going, open to Tampa.
Yeah, that was fun. Imagine Hanley had that great line. Phil Hanley was Chris Rock and then Kevin Hart and then Hanley. And Hanley goes, wow, 3 in a row. That's a great opening line.
So good. I always say going after those guys is a great spot.
Of course,
we look at it like, I got to follow these legends, but first time I met Jerry, I followed him, and I had a hot set.
Syracuse followed him too.
No.
Chuck laughed. Thank God you saved me. But do we have to wrap
me
up
a
soon? 'Cause
second.
I'm like, we're going to run out of time.
2 more minutes.
Oh, jeez.
all right.
Because I'm like, I got to do this. We ate and chatted for too long.
Yeah, we
I
chatted.
really
Nate.
painted myself into a corner here.
All right, well, any final thoughts, guys? Let's see.
Let me see what I got here. I forgot to tell a story.
Oh, hit me.
Yeah. The old guy across the hall.
Oh, the geezer.
I went in the bathroom, and then he came in shortly after.
And he's got to be 101.
He's pissing at the urinal. I'm
Dalmatians.
pretending to wash my hands. And then as I walked out, he must have been holding in a real gas bubble, because as I opened the door and I was leaving, I just heard...
Hey, we should have him on.
That's what it takes to get on the show.
Yeah.
But it was pretty funny because you could tell he was like, I don't want to rip one in front of my cohort neighbor.
Sure.
And then as soon as that door opened, he was like, close enough. And it was like a real old man squeak. It's fun that like an old asshole still
Literally.
squeaks.
Yeah.
An old asshole still squeaks the same. You know?
Yeah, I like that.
That
Good
old
for him.
adage.
Now, my grandmother would fart like a frat boy, just burp, burp, and then she would always go, "That wasn't me."
Really?
It's like, well, you did it, and then said that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think she still had like that. I'm a lady, but you're like, all right, well, those days are over, Farty.
She's a lady.
Farty list.
All right, well, we got to wrap this fucking thing up. What day is it? January 22nd? Holy shit, my asshole. What's coming up? Oh, my next work, I think, is, I'm in Traverse City, Michigan.
Yikes.
Yeah, go up there January 31st, I believe. And then February 8th through 10, Austin County Mothership. I assume that's going to sell out, so
Hell
just make sure
yeah.
you get those tickets now. Don't wait. And then I'm in Springfield, Missouri a couple weeks after that at that club.
Blue Room. I heard it's a great room.
Blue Room. I thought you did it years ago.
I did the old one, but they changed it again. It's
Oh, is
the
that
third
right?
change, yeah.
Oh, I
Sam said
haven't-
it was killer.
Oh, I haven't been there. Then either myself. Raleigh in March and Burlington, Vermont, April 12th. We're going to do the Holbrook Firefighter Show April 13th. That's going to be fun. And check out Patreon.
Yes.
And all that stuff. Punch Up Live. You can get all my tickets at Punch Up Live and sign up for my email list. And then, of course, the big one is May 2nd, the Regent Theater. I'm fucked.
Huh.
I'm in fucking, what do you call it? Skid Row.
Oh.
I'm up against Maniscalco, Burr, Seinfeld, and Bargatze. Legendary night. They're doing 2 shows.
I'll talk to him.
And I don't know who's going to be left to come down to Skid Row to see my show, but it's big. It's this Netflix thing, so please
Yes.
come on out, get those tickets, and fill it up. You don't need to see those assholes.
No,
They suck.
you've seen it, and they're doing 2, so go one you, one them.
That's not bad.
And if I could, little advice, just do a little tray of breadcrumb of fentanyl right into the theater, and you got a full house.
Get some of those hobos in there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that's it.
All right. In 4 days, I'm at the Beacon Theater. We got to sell these puppies out. I got Jerry coming, maybe.
Seinfeld's opening. Seinfeld's van.
Desire. And come on by, and then I'm all over the road. I mean, Charlotte, Raleigh, Charlottesville. What's that other one called? Kentucky. What the fuck?
Newport.
Charleston.
Charleston. Oh, I love Charleston.
Love Charleston. It's like New Orleans got its shit together. And, a lot of Florida, a lot of Ohio, Columbus, Indianapolis, MarkNormanComedy.com, also on Punch Up. Get on the Patreon, get cooking, get cracking, get jizzing.
Seattle Kraken.
It's a hot one. Release the Kraken. We'll see you in hell. Queef it up. Chuck!
First of all, let's say March 5th. We got to
Yes.
sell those
March
tickets.
5th, the Gramercy, for God's sake.
Keep pushing it. you know?
Please come. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Come on my back, my shoulder blades. Please. March 5th,
5th.
Gramercy Theater live. This is going to be the one. This is it.
And we haven't done one in a long time now.
Yeah,
Like we
this
did
is
a
going to
couple
be
of
years
huge.
ago.
We're
Now
going to do
it's
things a
been-
little different. We've
Yes.
taken your mean comments to heart. We're going to really do
Yeah.
something with this one.
Here, here.
Absolutely. Yeah, check out my podcast, Fun Bearable. I'm not sure if this is going to be out this week, but we're putting out a panel that I moderated with all the voices of the original Ninja Turtles, all of them.
Whoa.
It was crazy. It was really weird.
Wow.
It was all 4 of them and April. We were on
Teenage
stage,
Mutant
and you know, it's
Ninja
a pretty.
Turtles.
It's actually really funny. They're super funny. We had a lot of great back and forth stuff. It was very fun.
Oh, was the Greek guy, Casey Jones, there? I love that guy.
No, it wasn't from the movie. It was from the TV show. It's all the voices.
Oh.
It was crazy. Yeah.
The TV show.
It was interesting. But yeah, Fun Bearable's the pod. FunBearablePod.com. Check it out. It's fun.
Michelangelo's a party dude. Thank you, folks.
All right.
Wants to be
in hell.
himself.